सखेति मत्वा प्रसभं यदुक्तं हे कृष्ण हे यादवा हे सखेति अजानता महिमानं तवेदं मया प्रमादात् प्रणयेन वापि यच्चावहासार्थमसत्कृतोऽसि विहारशय्यासनभोजनेषु एकोऽथवापि अच्युत तत्समक्षं तत्क्षामये त्वामहमप्रमेयम्. I have in the past addressed you as, O Krishna, O Yadava, O my friend, without knowing your glories. Please forgive whatever I may have done in madness or in love. I have dishonored you many times while relaxing or while lying on the same bed or eating together, sometimes alone and sometimes in front of many friends. Please excuse me for all my offenses. So this is very important. Arjuna was a very close friend of Krishna. They are lying together on the same bed, playing together. Sometimes Arjuna would make fun of Krishna, and now he's seeing what is Krishna's opulence. So there are various stages of relationship. The relationship of Krishna, it begins with Dasyaras. So there is very nice shloka in Srimad Bhagavatam. Itham satam brahma sukhanubhutya dasyam gatanam paradaivatena maya shritanam nardarakena sakam vijaharu krita punya punjaha. It means Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is perceived as Brahma Jyoti by some sages. Itham satam brahma sukhanubhutya. They think this is impersonal energy who has taken this form. Dasyam gatanam paradaivatena. Others who are enlightened, more enlightened, they act as servants of the God. And they perceive you as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, paradaivatena. So your devotees who render loving service to you perceive you as Supreme Personality, and yet others who are very foolish, Maya Shritanam, who have taken shelter of illusory energy of Krishna, who are under control of this material nature, Nardarakena, they think you are an ordinary human being. But all of them, they do not know Sakam Vijaharu Krita Punya Punjaha. This is explained in context of the cowherd boys, Krishna's friends, who are playing with Krishna just like an ordinary playmate. And sometimes they carry Krishna on their shoulders, sometimes Krishna is carrying them on his shoulders. They laugh at Krishna, they make fun of Krishna, they tease Krishna. So all these people cannot imagine. Here Arjuna is frightened. He is offering respects from all the sides, front, back and everywhere. And he's with folded hands, he's offering various prayers. But these people, they do not offer prayers to Krishna, they make fun of Krishna. The gopis are there in Vrindavan, they scold Krishna like anything, they chastise Krishna, somebody scolding God. A form so fearful that all the powerful warriors of all the sides, they are entering within his mouth, getting smashed in between his teeth. So how somebody can ride on his shoulder and make fun of him and be very so intimate like this? So this is the most exalted form of devotional service. That is why it is revealed in the Shastras. Krishna is telling, the bhakti which is in knowledge of my opulences does not satisfy me. That is the bhakti which is happening in the Vishnu Loka. Krishna is having his Narayan form, 400 forms. In the spiritual world, Tripada Vibhuti, there are so many planets. And because this material world is a reflection, we will see in the 15th chapter. Urdhumulam adhoshakam ashvatham prahur avyayam. This material world is a reflection. We are telling that this is illusion. But illusion should be based on reality. In dream, we talk with some people, we meet with many men, we eat, we touch, we laugh, because there is existence of such people and phenomena in this world, gross world. Thus, this gross world, if we are calling it illusion, on what basis this world is manifest? If everything is simply energy, the origin, why energy has taken the shape of man, woman, male and female species and so many species? Why energy would ever take the form of dog, an elephant, giraffe, fish? No. So, in spiritual world, these forms are existing. The spirit has got all these forms. Krishna has got all these forms. And all these forms are reflected in this material world. It is perverted reflection. Just like we have computer games. They are perverted reflection of the reality that we have here. Here we want to drive cars, we want to sometimes fight, and the same activities you can repeat in the computer game, that is simulation. Same thing Krishna mentions, Urdhva Moolam Adha Shakham. This material world is reflection of the original reality. So you have to go to the original reality. So in the spiritual world, in a similar fashion, just like we have here living entities, families, societies, it exists, but they are permanent, they are eternal, and they are existing just to give pleasure to Krishna. Krishna is the center of all the relationships. And in all the so many Vaikuntha planets, Lord Narayan is the presiding personality, lives there with 400 forms, with a club and discus in his hand, lotus flower and conch shell. And no ordinary person can have 400 forms. His all opulence are there, so many servants are there around. His majesty is there. So in this great knowledge of his opulence, some devotees like to worship that form. Like Narad Muni, spiritual master of Ved Vyas, he likes to worship God in this form of opulence. So that is personal choice also. God has many forms, any form can be worshipped. But Krishna tells, the worship which is done in opulence, it does not satisfy me. And this tendency is also natural. As many people tell, when they become successful, they see people are just mobbing around them. They are getting calls, they are trying to be friendly, people want to have relationships. Some powerful people who are in office, they would get the gifts on festivals and other important days. As soon as they retire, nobody cares for them. So in this material world, if a person is opulent, then automatically he or she will attract people around them. But they also know that these people are coming to me for opulence, not just for myself, for my love, for my relationship. Thus Krishna tells, this kind of bhakti does not actually satisfy me. The real bhakti is done when a person is forgetful of the opulence of Krishna. Thus in Vrindavan, people do not recognize. Here when Krishna came in Vrindavan, there is Vrindavan in spiritual world also, the topmost planet. So there the devotees are in forgetful state. They do not know that Krishna is Supreme Lord. So the state is same of a person who is very ignorant, and the state is same for the very elevated Paramhansa. Both behave like madmen. Very exalted Paramahansa, they may also behave like madmen, like Bharat Maharaj, who was ruler of the entire world. He had to become deer in his next life because of small attachment to deer. So in the second life which he took, he became a madman voluntarily. Even though he was very wise, he was aware of his past two births, but he understood, if I show some wisdom here, again they will entangle me in the affairs of this material world. So he started behaving like a madman. And like this, all the many great personalities who would renounce, they would become indifferent, just sometimes roaming without clothes and sometimes behaving madly so that people do not disturb them. Nobody likes to talk to madmen. And they understand, if I talk nicely, behave nicely, people will come to me and I will feel, oh, they love me, I will have affection for them. Nobody has affection for a mad person. So thus, any love, any affection that we see in this material world, that is because of these external designations, opulences that we acquire. And people understand, I am here just for a short while. The Shukdev Goswami, he was having all the siddhis but moved out of his house. He was not willing to come to this material world, and when he came to the material world, he walked out immediately. They are very cautious not to have entanglement in this material world, otherwise repeated birth and death will take place. So the most ignorant person who is become mad by excessive material desires, sometimes they are found in the mental hospitals, they are also mad. So the situation of this material world miserable state, it is felt by the people who are in between. Those who are highly tamasic, they don't feel, even though they are suffering, but they do not understand that they are suffering. They are so much in ignorance. And those people who are Paramhansas, very elevated spiritualists, they are also not feeling the pangs of this material existence. It is meant for people who are in between, not highly in ignorance, nor very, very advanced in spiritual understanding. In a similar fashion, those who are in ignorance, they do not know Krishna is God, And even those people who are very advanced, they also do not know Krishna is God. Then why do they serve Krishna? So they have cultivated knowledge of God. So it does not mean that, okay, so Krishna is satisfied if somebody does not know, I will not know about Krishna. I will not bother about this philosophy. No. We have to understand philosophy, because when we understand these opulences, we become attached to Krishna. And in this attachment, when we start serving Krishna, then attachment becomes spontaneous. And that we can see even in this material world. People may get attracted because of opulence, but even though sometimes the opulence is not there. I married a very beautiful life partner, they met with an accident, but still I have some affection for them. Crude example I am giving. So in a similar fashion, even though we are getting attracted to Krishna because of the opulence, we are engaging in the service, but under the guidance of proper spiritual master, we have to aspire for a stage where this service, this attraction becomes spontaneous. Then I don't bother whether Krishna is having opulence or not. My only desire is just to serve Krishna. And when I reach that spontaneous level of affection, then we can actually understand who is Krishna. Otherwise, it is not possible to know Krishna. So thus, this is a very high state of affairs. Worship of Krishna, it is very, very confidential. Knowledge of Lord Vishnu is little more accessible. If we worship with rules and regulations very nicely, then we can attain the service of Lord Vishnu. But unless we develop this spontaneous attitude, we cannot attain worship of Krishna. So thus, even those people who are worshipping Lord Narayan, acting as his servants, they do not know that there is another class of devotees who ride on the shoulders of God. Sakam Virjaharu Krita Punya Punja. That is mentioned in Bhagavatam. This is the most elevated state of affairs. So Arjuna was situated on that platform of friendship. So he was mocking at Krishna, making fun of Krishna, sometimes alone, sometimes in front of other friends. So now, as soon as he is seeing the opulence, that is why Krishna does not show opulence to his devotees. When Yashoda saw so many universes in the mouth of Krishna, she started thinking, oh, Krishna is Supreme Personality. But Krishna made her forgetful. So if Yashoda knows Krishna is Supreme Personality, then that affection, motherly affection, will not be there. So Krishna wants that I am taking care of the whole world. Somebody should take anxiety for me, for feeding me, for dressing me, for taking my care. That gives satisfaction to Krishna. So thus that knowledge of opulence, when it was shown to Arjuna, Arjuna started offering respects, begging pardon. So this Krishna does not want to happen with the most exalted devotees. Thus most exalted devotees, they do not bother Krishna is God or not. I just want to serve Krishna spontaneously. I love doing this seva. This is the most perfect state of spiritual affairs, which was exhibited by the Vrijavasis.